What up, team? Everyone, team Pineapple, yes. Welcome. Woo! This is the Quynhforthewin.
Hello.
I'm the Pineapple on the Pineapple, and here we go with some life, and all about the good vibes. And today, unfortunately, we're going to be talking about a little friction.
Yes.
Something a little juicy.
We've been diving into relationships, the relationship world.
Yes. And why not hear from your favorite couple? Ooh, I didn't. It pained me to say that.
Oh, you said couple.
He
identifies us as a package, not a couple. But you
from
said
your
it.
favorite package.
That's hilarious.
I was like intentionally like trying let me say it, and I'm like, oh.
It didn't feel right in your body.
Didn't feel right.
It wasn't you.
So coming from you, from your favorite package, And so the question today, what was the last one we did? Which is what is
emotional?
What is worse, emotional cheating or
physical
cheating?
For video, yeah.
Right? And so this one is going to be, why be with someone if you don't trust them? Jeez. See, for the Pineapple is real simple. But we're going to go to Quinn for the juicy stuff.
And then we'll keep it simple. He has the refined answer.
She has, been in a couple relationships. I like to say packages.
Long-term
relationships where she didn't trust them, but still stayed. The Pineapple.
Opposite.
Have not experienced that yet. You see, have not experienced that yet. And I will mention, as a side question, how does your emotional intelligence help, filter bad vibes? So if we get to it, we'll get to it. But there it goes, Miss Cuckoo Quinn. Why would you be with someone, or why be with someone if you do not trust them? Right? Put yourself back into the state. Put yourself back into the past.
Why?
Michael J. Fox this shit.
Michael J. Fox. Oh, like back to the past or future or whatever. I'm thinking about how much I needed them to be around. Because even though I didn't trust them all the way, I was hoping that I could. I was hoping that things would be better and I could really feel like the forgiveness and just moving on. So there's that. And then 2, I needed them to be around because that's where I was feeling the most loved. That's where it would fill up that gratification of
that
me
void.
Me being important to somebody, me being valued by somebody, me being loved by somebody. So becoming codependent here. So I held on because of 1, hope. I was hoping that it would get better / my commitment to them. And then 2, I was attached. I was getting my needs from them.
Even though
I wasn't, right? That's where I was getting my source of love, even though it was
so were you getting your needs or were you getting your wants? Right? Because think about it.
My wants.
What did you want and what did you need? Because think about
I wanted to be loved. What I really needed was myself.
That's what you recognize now.
Yes, that's what I recognize now. But at that time, I needed to stay in it. I felt like I needed them to.
No.
Let's stay together. Okay, so we can work on this and be happy together and make it work.
Right? And it was worth it through all that fighting, all the...
It was hard.
The bickering. That because I'm looking for insight. Because just for, utilizing myself, there is something that I know that all of us should have. And one of them is, what is it? The deal breakers.
Yes.
Deal breakers, right?
Yes.
And very, very few of us even mention it from the very beginning when you decide to, hey, let's give this a go. Let's give this a shot. Right? The deal breaker isn't communicated to the other.
Correct.
And so, me personally, I've mentioned to Quinn 2 of my deal breakers. But one of them kind of goes into it, but it's I will not tolerate bad vibes, at all.
Which goes with your one about self-love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so when that seems to be what smells in the air.
What?
When the aroma is very a certain
yes
fragrance. The pineapple's like,
what
no.
is that? Well,
No.
it stinks.
It's time.
It's starting to smell.
Yes.
It's been a bit, now it's smelling every day now.
Exactly.
Now it's going on for a while, right?
Exactly.
See, that's your deal breaker. That's like, nope, this is not working.
Exactly. But what it sounds like is because, for me, right, I'll give you an example. Bad vibes smell like shit. Like, think about the worst dog shit that you've smelled, right? And so, if you do not, like most of us, we'll smell it and we'll leave. Time to go.
Yeah.
Time to vacate the premises. But we all know this, right? When you're sitting on your crown, when you're sitting on the toilet at home, and you let it loose, you smell it, but you don't leave, right? And then eventually, what happens? You get used to it. You get used to it.
You get used to the shit.
Is that what normally happens?
Yes.
Is
you
become accustomed to marinating in the bad vibes, right? And that's why when I think of this question, why be with someone if you do not trust them or you don't trust them? Is it because you get used to it? You get used to having someone there? You get used to having a body there, and if it's removed, there's a huge gap. There's a huge hole, you know? And then...
Yes, all the above. Check mark, yes. It all goes into the codependency. You know, you're literally attaching yourself to this person's life. And every decision, almost damn near every decision that you make is for the relationship to thrive. Right? And also I wanted to touch upon, I wasn't practicing self-love then, so I didn't have anything to stand on. I didn't have a strong foundation to stand up for my worth, to recognize what I said to myself that was going to be a deal breaker and leave, and not allow that in my life anymore. And instead, because I didn't have anything to stand on, my self-worth was very low. I allowed it to stay around. I the aroma.
Yeah.
I allowed that aroma. I was willing to work with that aroma, and that's very true. How we grow tolerant to it.
Exactly. And I get it, right? I get it.
Yeah.
It's so simple to hear a question and it makes sense, right? Rationally,
right? If you don't trust them, then why be with them? And then
but emotionally, it's way deeper, right?
Deeper than
if there's kids,
yes, that's
completely different. Completely different.
Yeah.
If there's financial reasons behind it,
yes,
it changes the entire dynamic.
Yes.
When there's others involved, it's not clear cut. Right?
Yeah.
It's not clear cut, but yeah, it's a tough one. It's a, and that would be the question, right? That many of us are needing to figure out how to transition. How to grow out of it, right? How to change it, the dynamic. And what would be your suggestion, Quinn? Because people do it. I'm pretty sure you've heard that people secretly start working out.
Oh.
So they can upgrade
themselves,
right? Upgrade themselves. Instead of two people feeling like shit, one of them decides, you know what? I'm going to start feeling better about myself. I'm going to make some adjustments and changes. And so this person elevates. This person grows.
And this person's like, well, they feel because that's not where they're at. So they feel the distance growing, and they feel like, oh, they're like feeling not connected to them anymore. Oh, I feel like they're leaving me.
Exactly.
Like they're not bringing me along their journey. They're just kind of like, okay, bye. But my suggestion is, well, I mean, I can only share from my own personal experience. You either wait till you're almost dead, like you feel like you're spiritually dying, because that's what it took for me, unfortunately. But if I was to talk to my younger self, I'd be like, girl, we need to build some sort of foundation, right? So you feel strong, and also gain clarity so you can see the pathway of what you need to do, so that you feel, right? Because that's when we feel confident, and when we see things set in place, and we're like, okay, this is how I see I'm going to be able to leave, then you feel more confident with what you're doing versus self-doubting and then just replaying this cycle and nothing's happening. You're just in the same spot.
Yeah.
Experiencing the same emotions. Oh, good moments. Oh, wait, we're back here again. Oh, some good moments. Oh, we're back here again.
Yeah.
And it's actually like a long, big, giant circle that you're going around.
Yeah.
Versus, you feel like you're flowing into something else that pertains to your growth. So, that's my thing. You either wait,
You wait. What is it?
You wait until it gets so bad. Then you're so pissed off. You're using your pissed offness to leave.
Yeah.
Or you recognize it now, start working on your self-love now, because that's going to give you strength. Then you can because when you do self-love, you're actually releasing a lot of the pains that you're feeling.
Exactly.
And answers are going to come.
You're processing. Processing.
I'm a huge advocate that you actually hold the best wisdom for yourself. You hold it.
Because you are the only one who's living it.
Yeah, you're living it. You know yourself from childhood to now.
Exactly.
You know what you've been through. You know yourself on these areas. Or do you, right? See, it's the time spending on these 5 areas that we talk about a lot. Yeah. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. Let's get to know ourselves. And if you felt stronger in these areas, then perhaps you feel less attached. You'll feel less attached and how much you need them, how you just can't live without them.
No.
You'll feel more empowered to actually create this own life of yours.
Yeah.
Where it's about self-trust. It's about loving yourself and protecting yourself better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we missed something here, right? Here we are in this relationship where the trust has been broken. What is it about this person that you missed finding out about so that you could have, okay, nice to meet you. I'm going to flow this way.
Right. And that, so when I like that. When I think about it, I suggest, because people want to ghost, right?
That's the easier route. Let me just hurt. Biz-ounce,
Perhaps maybe saying, hey, and communicating.
That's another difficult one.
It's not working out, Let's do this. Let's be the best that we can be until, and that's hella hard.
That is hard because your emotions are wrapped up in it.
And some people say, let's do it for the kids. You know? And I've heard that. Let's do it for the kids until they turn 18 and then we can go our separate ways. So there is an expiration when it comes to that. It takes growth.
Right. And where are you going to grow? How are you going to grow?
Right. You just swallow it, Why be with someone?
Right. Ideally, we would like to be able to communicate these emotions. And a lot of times we carry the emotions with that communication so that it comes out very attacking. Yeah. It comes out very all over the place.
Yeah.
Where the other person is perhaps not taking it as how you truly want to mean. And now they're saying something that's triggering and now you're really even more hurt or even more upset.
Yeah.
So that's why I just think about self-love. And then if you don't choose that path, then you're waiting for things to build up so much that you can just leave with the explosion.
Right.
Yeah, you can just leave and be mad at them.
Right?
And that's going to be what you use to leave, finally.
You need to create space. A person needs to create space, right? In order to find the answers for yourself. Because it's a simple question, not easy.
Yes.
Why be with someone if you do not trust them?
Yeah.
Like romantically, right?
Right? Like, yeah.
There's no easy answer.
I didn't trust any of my past partners and yet I stayed.
Oof.
See, and then that talks about insecurities too, right? I had insecurity issues.
Right, and so let's
and I was waiting for them
questions.
to make me feel unsecure. I was waiting for them to make me feel secure. I wasn't looking for ways to feel secure in myself.
Right. Okay. So let's run through some questions. How was your self-love practice?
0.
How would you rate your emotional intelligence?
0. Maybe okay, let's give myself 10%. We did on our podcast we talked about emotional intelligence. We went through a quiz.
Yeah.
And then we came up with our own
How
rating
would you rate
system.
your communication skills?
Poorly expressed. It was just a lot of venting and a lot of projecting.
Right.
Yeah. A lot. Like phone calls, paragraphs of text messages, okay.
How
emails.
How would you rate your processing of pain and emotional stress?
I mean, I journaled a little bit, when I knew I couldn't talk to them. But then also there was a lot more projection. There was a lot of more projection.
Right. So would you 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10?
Let's give myself 3 out of 10. Because
I
did write. I do have a whole journal to prove it. I did write.
Yeah, because it transitioned you to this, right?
Yeah.
So. So not too good in those.
Just say low. It's very low. We'll say like
and then
5-10%.
And how would you rate insecurities?
Emotionally, very low. I mean, wait,
very
high. Very high.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting going back, right? Because you see me now, and then back then, yes, I was the person who wrapped their whole lives around romantic love. Unfortunately.
Right. So
that's all I cared about.
5 things: emotional insecurities. What was this one?
Mental.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Emotional securities. EQ, emotional intelligence, self-love. There were 2 other things that I mentioned.
You mentioned processing.
Yeah, processing pain.
Processing pain.
And then 1 other.
Yeah.
And it was all low. The only thing that was high was the insecurities. In fact, all of those 5. Oof.
Right? If we're insecure, we're going to look for things to feel secure. We're going to grab and hold on to other things that did make us feel secure. But once it went away, we found ourselves being insecure. So now what, right? Do we just keep on waiting for that to happen again? Or we take ownership of our lives and find ways to be secure with this person?
See, it's nice when you say that.
Yeah, it sounds so simple. I know it's hard. That's why I said you might be waiting until things get so bad that you can finally blow up and be like, peace out. I cannot take this anymore. Which you're leaving behind more fire, but
if you don't trust them,
that's what yeah.
Why be with someone? So listen, why be with someone when you don't trust them? 1, you need them. 2,
you're hoping
the sex.
Oh, this. Okay.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, to get the physical.
I remember I
intimacy.
Came across someone. They had 4 kids with their ex, and they had been married. I believe it was 12 or 13 years. 12 or 13 years.
Yeah.
And I asked them because they said the marriage was done. Right? She had moved him from their bedroom to another room in the house after year 3. And so they lived together for 9 years. But yet they went on to have 3 more kids.
Oh, interesting. So obviously the sexy was still going on.
Exactly.
The bedroom, but then it sounded like they were there for physical affection.
You mentioned that you didn't like them. You didn't see them as attractive.
Yeah.
And I how do you get an answer? You ask. And I asked, why would you have more kids? And they go, I had physical needs. I was vulnerable. So I get it. So why be with someone if you don't trust them? You need them. Sexy time. It's not great being alone, right?
Or you don't know how to enjoy being alone. So what is that? Or fear of being alone.
Who
I feared being alone.
We're looking at why people stay together. So fear of being alone.
Yeah.
Right? Any others why people would?
They
kids.
Hope, yeah, kids.
Hope that
hope it'll get better.
Things will get better.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's pretty.
Oh, you unable to leave because you could not afford it.
The financial.
The financial. What else? What else?
Kids, financial needs.
Reputation.
Oh yeah.
If you guys built, a projection or a facade,
like a certain status to the public, to the community.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
you don't want to lose that.
Anything else?
That's pretty good. I was going to say insecurities, but that falls into like financial is an example, right? You're secure financially, so that's having you stay.
Yeah.
But yeah, woo.
Yeah, and I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Nah, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it because it's unrelatable.
Nah.
It's unrelatable. So
There's
that's the
something
Quick
with
Quinn.
Unrelatable.
That's the Quick Quinn for the women win
like-
on the pineapple. Any last thoughts before we go, Miss Quinn? And if you find yourself so many have been in this position.
Yes.
There's no right answer. My suggestion is create space. Put out the fires that you have within you and get clarity that way. How do you do that, Pineapple? Burn off those bad vibes. Burn off those bad vibes. Take these 2 arms. Take those 2 legs. Man. Take those 2 legs and move. And move. And move. And move. And move.
Okay, thank you.
I always love from us to you. Keep growing, everyone. Stay magical.
Bye.